so far of Games of the Future MLBB. Not only when it comes to games, but also when it comes to the amount of minutes that we actually spent watching these two teams. But that doesn't mean that the Mongols will be pushovers now. It actually might mean that they are a big threat to Team Spirit. But we don't have to guess any further as we are now heading into the draft. It's going to be the eve as the Mongols ban here.
Okay, quick first phase going through. I'm wondering if the Mongols is actually... I wonder if they're going to just go for the Baksha here. Or no, the Baksha's banned out. Did they just go pick up a Lapu Lapu potentially? Yeah. Jushin too, for Meiki. They could decide to go that route. What else would they prioritize here on blue side?
Yeah, I think Lapu Lapu.
Lapu Lapu?
And maybe the Lancelot or Lapu Lapu. But I kind of really remember Mongols likes to get the Lapu Lapu. And I'm sure that Mumu was actually phenomenal with that hero yesterday. So it's a lot of there's a big chance that the Mongols will pick that up, and of course the Jushin.
Yeah, there it is.
Never forget about
what I expected.
that.
Yeah. I believe. Meiki played it. What? Both? Was it both games? No, Meiki played it all 3 games yesterday against Team Falcons. So seems to just be one of those comfort picks, signature picks. Jushin still works great. I mean, for the most part that we see, even after the patch came out, it's she had a little bit of the change where she can't. I think there's like a 4-second cooldown now when you actually drag a hero back with the lantern. But still, it's one of those power utility mages. But like I said, again, they played it in all 3 matches yesterday, and unfortunately, they couldn't beat Team Falcons with those. But part of it though was just the way that they played around it. I mean, if you remember too, they also went with a couple Hylos games. I'm not sure if they're still going to prioritize Hylos. We'll have to see what the Mongols decide to do here, especially against this Kimi Lapu Lapu combo that we see often quite a bit in that first phase already picked up here for Team Spirit.
Yeah, I would think that they wanted to go for Isunshin Hylos. I think that's for Esmeralda and probably the Lancelot. Okay, so the Lancelot I'm not that surprised about. Esmeralda isn't that surprising when up against the Lapu Lapu, but it is very surprising to be one of the first 3 picks for blue side. And I guess that Mongols would like to get that for their own, and they kind of feel like it will be banned out eventually, so they had this decision to go for this one. Now for Team Spirit, they will get this Hilda despite the presence of the Esmeralda. Maybe another opposite day today. I think yesterday when we saw like the counters to the heroes getting picked before the heroes themselves,
Yeah, that's true. It's like a reverse. It's like an Uno reverse card, man. A little bit of different drafting pattern. I would say that was the case yesterday though too, through our drafts in the 4 series we had. I'm not sure if Stream B was the same way, but if anything, the drafting patterns have changed a little bit. Not too much, but I feel like, once again, teams still kind of lean towards if they can have one of those picks that is flexible, they'll go ahead and take that in the first phase. Now, that can be said for, the likes of an Esmeralda, for example. It can also be, technically, you can also say that for, we have even seen a Hilda, flexed, right, in before as well. That's right. So but most likely that's not going to be the case here. But at least for this, the Mongols can play around. I feel like the fact that they have, they already have a great jungler that can keep pace. I'm wondering what is going to be picked up for Team Spirit, specifically for one shot. The fact that they could just opt for utility, they could just go Fredrin unless that's going to be the last ban from the Mongols, or they narrow it down even further on the assassins here. So my eyes are going to be on one shot. We know he's got a Fanny too. In his sleeve, up his sleeve. We've seen one shot play that before, so let's see what he ends up going for this matchup.
Fanny, Joey. You would generally want to have an assassin when up against the Jushin right now, because you really have to apply pressure on that hero. Maybe force an ultimate, force a flicker. Gotta have a way to get to that, because as we have learned from yesterday's matches, Jushin, despite the nerfs, kind of feels like still a very strong mid lane. And think that eventually, maybe after 4 days of watching Games of the Future, maybe eventually teams will prioritize banning the Jushin once again. But now we're just feeling it really. So For sure, assassins should be the focus here if you're the Mongols, as they have planned out the Hayabusa first. Can be surprised if that's the Fanny or our Joy band here for the Mongols.
Maybe Joy. Oh, they actually do the Fredrin. I threw the Fredrin out there thinking that, you know, if they wanted to go utility, that's about the safest option. I'm still waiting. I'm still secretly hoping for that Barrett's, man. I like maybe at one day throughout Games of the Future, we'll see the Barrett's come through. For those that don't know, Barrett's was somewhat buffed, you know, and when he gets to Daytona's Welcome, if you miss that ultimate, the cooldown is actually reduced by half. And then if he lands the Daytona's Welcome, you get that full stack of the big guy. Big boy? Big guy. Big guy.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Who's the big guy? Is it Daytona or is it...
You're right. Who is Barrett's even?
Who is Barrett's?
Who is Barrett's?
Barrett's is a little guy, so he turns. Like,
okay, there we go. So probably so Daytona is the one that gets. Oh, they didn't even think twice. They just pick it up. Okay,
we're gonna see the Freya on Stream A.
Oh man, it's gonna be a gold lane Freya.
Man, that Angelo is open too. Imagine.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Jushin get that catch up. Very strong duo in the mid lane. Guinevere for a one shot likes to play that as well. Gonna look for a solid marksman here. It's the 1-1. Okay, if there's any marksman that would be great versus the Freya, the 1-1 would be top of my list. It's mainly because of the Tiger pace. You can just get out of the zone of the threat zone of this Freya, aka kite the Freya constantly because of the Tiger pace. So I can fairly remember Hiko playing this hero so well. So hopefully this is no longer a bad day for Hiko. Maybe this is the time where he actually can position himself well, not get picked off by his opponents.
Yeah.
Let's see if that will work.
I'm trying to recall back when Hiko got his Savage over in M5. Was it the 1-1? I feel like it was. For some reason, I'm thinking it was the 1-1. I could be wrong. It was the Beatrix, one of the marksmen that was frequently picked up back then. But yeah, this is one of the better marksmen that he can have, at least to go against Freya. And it'll be nice to see this Freya in action here in this game one. Again, it's a best of 3. It's an elimination match. Second match of today here on Stream A.
Yeah. I actually, you know... It kind of made me think, was it actually the 1-1? But yeah, the Freya. The thing with Freya is that the main criticism is the word I'm looking for. The main criticism for Freya is that it is very strong in pub matches and ranked matches because people don't know how to play against it. It's mainly just kiting this Freya constantly because it's mainly hero dependent on hitting. It's also the reason why Olus has been falling out of favor because it's easy to kind of quote-unquote dodge him. And that same can be said for the likes of Zilong as well as this Freya. But having the 1-1 allows you to even exploit that kind of weakness for the Freya. So I wonder if the Mongols actually prepared for this one. To be fair, there are big threats to this 1-1. For example, this Lancelot is actually the threat for the 1-1. So maybe that is their answer. So maybe that's how they can approach this.
So there was, I mean, the change with Freya was basically what? Her ultimate cooldown was reduced, right? And then I think she gets like damage reduction while diving down, or so I think it's damage reduction while diving down, and then like the dive down is actually sped up. So, and you know that window for Freya was always around her ultimate, and now that Ranks actually, he even went Warcry Emblem, so then he's got a Vengeance, like... You know, that's going to be a lot more opportunity to go ahead and start fights up with the Freya, at least in comparison to before, right? Before this patch went out yesterday. So we'll see how that plays out into team fights later on, because even then, back when Freya's ultimate was still that longer cooldown and you didn't have that damage reduction or quicker dive down, you know, it was scary. I mean, you mostly saw it in like your rank matches, you know, you'd see the occasional Freya pop up and then all of a sudden you'd be like, whoa, where's all that damage coming from when she pops the ultimate? So we'll see how that plays out. Both gold laners going to not be a part of this first turtle fight, though. A little poking back and forth. There's a jump from Mumu. Going to force Kid Bomba to respond here, though. He does flicker on out. The Turtle's going to go for a reset, so a lot expended already on both sides. Ultimates across the board down, a couple battle spells as well. Zetsu will go ahead and focus on the Turtle while the rest of the team from Team MONGOLZ tries to zone out Team Spirit, but right now it's going to come down to a retribution battle, and it's Zetsu that wins the Turtle. And now Sawo will flicker on out to survive. So all for the objective, and it's the MONGOLZ that get it.
And it looks like it's going to be another hectic kind of game. And the MONGOLZ, although they have lost yesterday, kind of feels like they are on a good mood right now. Not only when it comes to how they look like when they play, it kind of feels like they are more safe now. You see that it's a very smooth Turtle steal coming out from Zetsu, or at least I think Turtle secure, I mean, from that guy. And it seems like there are no extra moves that we're seeing from the MONGOLZ upper. Compared to yesterday where everybody was just trying to get plays, make plays happen, get successful pickoffs or outplays. But this time it kind of feels like the MONGOLZ in the first 3 minutes of the game has been smooth. So this is a good sign for them. Doesn't mean that they are winning already for Team Spirit. It's just Turtle #1, and Team Spirit did not lose anything significant out of that. So yeah, we'll see how they will translate this kind of smooth gameplay into the mid game.
Yeah, either way, Team Spirit, they don't have to force these fights just yet too, because if they don't catch anyone, hold on, one shot. That's what I was going to say. If they don't catch anyone with one shot just like this, they do catch ranks with the spatial migration Requiem combo. And that's the thing. If they have that in the options in this early game or around these objectives, that's great. If they don't, they're banking on, once again, Hiko to go ahead and scale up on this 1-1, provide a lot of that damage later on. But even so, like in the early game, if they wanted to fight into these Turtles, they have the tools, whether it's a traction pulse from Sunset Lever, if Kid Bomba's actually able to go ahead and, land those combos we're used to seeing with the Lapu Lapus, then the damage is there for them, but they also have to kind of approach the fights a little bit in a calculated way against the MONGOLZ' lineup. So they're going to prep up for this next Turtle coming up. One shot will go ahead and grab his orange buff, most likely after this, and then they'll get in position.
Second Turtle of the game. Join here, it will be just the Freya, but the MONGOLZ can just take it on a 4v4 team fight. They already have the Esmeralda anyways to threaten for the Lapu Lapu, so even this Hilda is not going to be comfortable.
Now fighting for the second Turtle of the game. They're going to get thrown around. One shot gets the Turtle. Kid Bomba picking up a kill on Zetsu, and now split fights going across your Requiem being thrown out as Shenlin falls. Hiko part of the fight, looking for the airtime here if he can get it. Rinks fighting off of the Valkyrie form, but double kill for Hiko, picking up that second kill of the game, and now sitting at 4 kills above the MONGOLZ here for Team Spirit.
Amazing timing coming out from Team Spirit. Well-coordinated attack as well. And they have found the opening with Sawo. It looked very dicey for them as they are losing a lot of HP. Oof. And the Esmeralda as well as the Jushin starts to become a problem for them. But what they did was actually spectacular. They went in for the Lancelot instead. They found the beeline towards the Lancelot. The Lancelot had to get out and couldn't get in position for the retribution. That's why One Shot was able to get it. Then eventually Hiko joins the fray. I guess it's mainly because of the speed up from the river. That's why we get this 1-1 joining the fight. Especially after I just mentioned that maybe the 1-1 will not join the fray. But he actually followed the Freya in this scenario and actually was able to take him down. Now the 1-1 is 4.5k compared to just 3.5k. A very comfortable game now for Team Spirit.
Yeah. Kid Bomba going to jump in here with the bravest fighter. Gets the Landshaker nearly down on Zetsu, but with the Thorn Rose, he's going to survive. But it's Mumu that is traded out up on the top side of that 3v2. It looks like One Shot still on the hunt, too. He's going to put pressure on the jungler over there on Zetsu. Meanwhile, over here towards that bottom side, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it. He does get the spatial migration with a Requiem. There's a jump with the AOG, and One Shot will avoid it. Getting out there just in time. Team Spirit not letting up at all on all fronts of the map here.
Yeah. The reaction from the MONGOLZ starting to become slower and slower. We talked about how good their first 3 minutes were, but unfortunately they could not convert afterwards. Team Spirit are back in action in a way that they are more decisive. They're making the right decisions and they're making the right rotations as well. Sawo together with this 1-1. They don't have a legitimate, reliable stun between the two of those heroes, but they still managed to take out Riggs with the vengeance. And now the retreat for Team Spirit. Oh, they will actually not retreat, Naisu.
Shenlong's not gonna, he pops to Revitalize. I'm not sure if he's gonna survive this. I know Hiko holding on to that crossbow of Tang as he wants to go ahead and use it. There's the jump of the AOG. They get it out defensively. So a little bit of poking here. They're happy with getting that turret, the tier 1 down in the bottom lane, and Team Spirit not making a potential chance to make a mistake so far. Just following through. Landshaker is going to be able to go through, gets the stun off, and now Mumu can escape with the crossbow of Tang from Hiko. Able to pick up another one. Now sitting at 3-0-2. This game, at least for today here, Wolf, much better for Hiko.
Yep. Very, very good when it comes to his positioning. And this time, Team Spirit are actually working around this one. Another kill potentially into the bottom lane. Indeed, it will be. That's the 4th kill for Hiko. And up top, Kid Bomba nails Zetsu down. And that's Team Spirit collecting 2 kills from both ends of the map.
Man, all over the place. You know, Team Spirit not letting up anywhere. Such a difficult game here for the Mongols on Rinks, on Zetsu. Nearly everyone. I mean, all Makey, he's not going to go. Well, he might get his first death here. One shot jumping on forward. Pops the Binkit, though, and the Flicker to get back to the base. But meanwhile, the rest of the team's going to be the focus as the Team Spirit goes for it. They get another defensive AOG out from Shenlong. And as you guys know, and Garakontra is defensively jumping out with his Avatar, the Guardian Ultimate. Yeah. That is such a big resource that's gone for your team fight potential on any of these lineups here that have them.
The Mongols wants to use their battle spells together, but it's not working in their favor because Team Spirit are dividing them across the map. The Mongols, I think they're still in this mindset where it's still the laning stage because it's just like, what, 9 minutes?
Yeah.
So maybe they're just scattered, they're not grouping up, they're not actually making the plays. They are just reacting to what Team Spirit is doing, but they are far too late when it comes to reacting. And Team Spirit have built up so much of a lead. And right now, 4 items, in fact, for Hiko.
No boots needed.
Boots, of course, and that's the Haskells, but that's a lot, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need boots on the 1-1, especially when you have this kind of advantage. Massive lead right now, 3,000 nearly up here. They're going to go ahead and push into the base here, trying to get these shields down. Even with this kind of lead, they're still going to have to take a little bit of their time to wait for that push to come through with these waves, plus that Lord up top. Trying to get these holy shields down. They'll get the one up top with that minion pushing in, and Team Spirit has been doing this, putting pressure on every single lane at one point, making the Mongols choose where to defend as the Lord gets ready to march in. Oh, Kid Bomba jumping in. Landshaker going to be used already, keeping Mumu up front while that turret does go down. They get that one out, and now the mid lane's going to be focused. The shield's going to be popping here. They'll clear out this Lord, but they could potentially lose another base turret unless the Mongols decides to go ahead and fight. Jumping on through. Oh, again, Zetsu caught with a spatial migration. And it looks like Team Spirit's going to look for a victory already under the 11-minute mark off the first Lord. They're throwing everything at Team Spirit, but it's just not enough for the Mongols as Team Spirit will clean things up except for Makey, but they'll take game 1 in a decisive victory.
Decisive and one-sided. That's the victory that Team Spirit was able to get in game number 1. The first 3 minutes of the game looked good for the Mongols. They were able to get the retribution on their turtle. They were farming okay. They have a 500 gold lead, but they couldn't capitalize. It only took Team Spirit's good initiation from Kid Bomba as well as Sawo to take out the Lancelot in turtle number 2. A double kill onto Hiko as he joined the fight in the second turtle. And from then on, they did not let go of the game. We can see that because of Hiko's positioning and the way that he is coming to the team fights, his laning prowess as well. And I think the hero advantage also plays into consideration. Because of all of those factors together, 6, 0, and 4 is a KDA for Hiko. And some might say that he might have come back this much. Of course, he has a lot of making out to do after what we saw from yesterday. But at least he's in the right